Hello everyone, it's Shades here. Welcome again to Shades of Soapbox. Alright, we've been doing a lot of serious topics this week, so let's do something a little geeky this week. You know, get back to what I do best around here, especially in my particular genre of expertise, and that is anime. One series that gets a lot of hate is the popular isekai anime series Sword Art Online. It's a series that has been bashed, derided, and hated on so badly, and a lot of people wonder, a lot of casual fans who really don't know or try to defend it really ask the question, why? Why is SAO facing so much hate? Here's the thing. SAO, in all honesty, has a lot of major problems, and we're gonna go through a few of them, but let's cover the smaller ones first before we get to the big one that everybody knows. Some of the bigger ones, of course, are the second story arc, the Alfheim arc, or the Fairy Dance arc as it's often known. Right off the bat, the big problem with this one is the plot could be so easily adjusted to make it so much better. I mean, yeah, there's the whole incest storyline, which is bad. Do not get me wrong, I think there's nothing good about that. Other shows have handled similar plot lines much better and could easily have done this. It's just the way it was handled was just kind of meh. The other big issue is that it took one of the principal female characters, someone who is so prominently featured on the cover in one of the major players in the first story, and turned her into a fucking damsel in distress. I'm sorry, but no. You do not build up a character to be this badass, kick-ass woman, and then immediately turn her into fucking Princess Peach. And you know what? No. Calling her that would be an insult to Princess Peach, because even Princess fucking Peach can kick some ass. This was insulting to a lot of fans, and I think this was the story arc that really ruined the series for everybody. Because it just took everything we loved about the first arc. It took everything we loved about the Aincrad arc, and killed it. And it never allowed us to take the rest of the series seriously. You know, the Gun Gale arc could have been a lot better if we had more appreciation of all the characters. And that's considering the fact that Gun Gale fucked up even more by focusing back on the lead and leaving pretty much everyone from the first season almost completely outside. They weren't even involved. I mean, they were there, but they didn't do any fucking thing. It was all about one person, and it was really sad. It wasn't until like halfway into the second season before we started seeing some good character development for everyone outside of the main. We'll get to him, don't worry. You know, it's the reason why I love the fourth story arc so much, or, well, the fifth, really. And that was based on a side story. That wasn't even based on the main fucking series. They took a side story from SAO, turned it into a part of the season, and it was one of the best parts of it. No. Just, no. You don't do that. But when you talk about SAO and its problems, you cannot ignore the elephant in the room, and that is Kirito. Why, oh why does everybody hate Kirito? Well, here's the thing. In the Aincrad arc, Kirito was actually not that bad. I mean, he could get OP at times. There was a reason for it. He was a beta tester for SAO, so of course he would have some extra abilities. And the fact that he pretty much played on his own for a good chunk of it, even though we didn't see that, meant that we could understand why he was as powerful as he was. But then in later series, in later seasons, and even later story arcs, a lot of that went away. You took a lot of that reasoning away. Why was he so OP in Alfheim? Why was he so OP in Gun Gale? Gun Gale especially. He was a newbie, and yet he was playing like he was fucking god tier in Gun Gale, which made no fucking sense. Which is why he's gained the nickname Jesus-kun. Nothing felt like a challenge to him. At all. And it ruined our appreciation of the character. Notice, nobody ever attacks the voice actors. Bryce Papenbrook is a good voice actor. He's done many amazing roles. It's only this one character that we can't stand because he's just that bad. He's that unbelievable of a character that nobody can stand him. You know, again, Gun Gale arc, he was the only principal character except for Shion, who honestly, again, was just in awe of the power of Jesus-kun. He was in a gun-based game, and yet was kicking ass with a lightsaber. Seriously. It broke our suspension of disbelief. And remember, folks, when it comes to stuff like this, you have to hold that suspension of disbelief in order for us to appreciate it. You know, it's not the fact that we're in a video game world that makes us hate it. It's the fact that even within the rules that they have set forth, he is too fucking overpowered. You look at Yui. our little admin character from the Einkrad arc. Why was she able to survive? Why did they rescue her the way they did? Because it makes no fucking sense. It really does. And honestly, I could spend all day pointing out every single flaw, but honestly, I can't. But I can point you in the direction of someone who has done this. I don't normally give shout-outs on these shows, not because I don't want to, or not because I want to lose viewers. It's just because I really didn't have a good reason to. But in this case, I want to point you in the direction of an anti-tuber named Mother's Basement, who has done a comprehensive look at Sword Art Online, pointing out its flaws and explaining its biggest problems, including the Elfheim arc, and including Yui, the character who literally broke the show within its first story arc. The premise in the first arc was intriguing. A virtual MMO where your brain was connected to it, that because of the developers' sick game caused all its players to get trapped in it with the fear of death looming over them. That was intriguing. That premise hooked everybody. And it barely lasted a single story arc, and what followed after that was just pathetic. They couldn't recapture that feeling of, oh my god, this is insane, how could this happen? Alfheim tried to do the whole, some psychopath is trying to use the old SAO players to create a mind control device. So? Gun Gale. Oh my god, there's a guy with a gun that can kill people in real life. Okay. And, of course, later on, when we reveal how that actually went down, it just made the whole thing seem stupid. And then from there, they just gave up trying that whole gimmick. I think even the creator realized, yeah, that gimmick's not working anymore. And just gave up the whole, oh god, there's real-life death on the line. Though I'm sure if another season comes out, we'll be seeing more of that shit. But yeah, go check out Mother's Basement, see his comprehensive review of the SAO franchise, and see just how this creator really does not know how to tell a good story. Because good writing will make up for a lot of flaws. And that's what we have here. It's a case of bad writing ruining a good premise. I'm sorry, but SAO just is not a good series, and it's one that I can't watch anymore. I can't watch any more SAO, because it all just feels the same. It all just feels meh. Anyway, that's going to do for me, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this subject down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about SAO. Do you think it's a good series? Do you think maybe we're missing something? Do you think there's actually some good in this series? Let us know. And if you have any topics for future soapboxes, post those down in the comments down below as well. We'll take a look at them. Also, make sure you support me on Patreon if you can. Shout out to my patron Solar Star for your continued support. Always appreciated, my friend. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys for joining me as always here on the Soapbox. I'm the Shades, and we'll see you guys next time. Rock on!